The Cayo Coco VIP Lounge. Is it worth it? Hey everyone, welcome back to All Your Travels. Thank you so much for stopping in today. We're going to cover the VIP Lounge of the Cayo Coco Airport. Is it worth it? And also, we're going to look and see if the shopping over at the marina at the Cayo Cruz Marina is worth it as well. There are actually 3 hotels that are right close to the marina in Cayo Cruz. As a matter of fact, there's only 3 hotels altogether that you can go to for an all-inclusive experience. And Cayo Cruz, being an hour and a half away from Cayo Coco, sometimes you wonder, does it have enough amenities or items available for shoppers in case something goes missing? Maybe you forgot something. How easy is it to access? And so those are all questions that run through your minds. That's really our job here at All Your Travels, is to try to answer as many questions as possible for you so that you can have a wonderful traveling experience. And so at the Cayo Cruz area, there's only 3 hotels. Well, technically 4 if you count the adult levels, but we've got the Valentine Cayo Cruz, which is a hotel that's right by there as soon as you come into Cayo Cruz. Then right next to that on the left, you've got the Iberostar Selections at Esmeralda, and that hotel has a separate resort connected to it, separate and connected. You know what I mean. Right next door to it, a few steps away, at the coral level at the Iberostar Esmeralda, and that's an adults only or 16 plus resort. And then you've got the brand new Sanctuary White Sands. All 3 of those hotels, all 3 of those resorts are right next to each other, and they're all centrally located next to the Cayo Cruz Marina. We call it the marina. You would think it would be right on the water, but it's not. It's actually a shopping plaza that is separated or apart from all of the resorts. And so you have to get there somehow, right? And so how do you get there? How do you make your way over? And then when you do get there, what's the experience like? Well, we came over from the coral level at the Esmeralda and the Iberostar Esmeralda. Actually, we have a full experience video review, if you will. I don't like to call them reviews so much as we do experiences. What was our experience like? Because we're not telling you you should actually go there, because you can't make everybody happy. But ultimately, it's a great experience video, and you can certainly find that on our channel. But we came over from the coral level, the adult side at the Iberostar, and we wanted to go take a look and see what was available over at the marina for some shopping amenities. Why? Well, because everybody likes to change it up a little bit and maybe do something different on one of those quiet days, and so that's what we did. All of our friends, we gathered together and we went to the front desk and we asked them how to get there. Of course, we knew how to get there. It's just a few minutes walking. Actually, from the Iberostar, it's about a 12-minute walk. But when the sun's beating down on you and it's really warm, and maybe you've had a few new sunburns, you probably don't want to be out in the sun. So we went to the front desk and we grabbed ourselves a golf cart. Actually, we weren't doing the driving. There's always a driver. And they drove us down to the marina. When we got to the marina, we saw that it was quite a nice complex, and there's a lot of stores there. It looks like there's a lot of stores, a lot of activity, not so much. Actually, very little activity. We got there, some of the shops were closed, some of the vendors weren't available, and the security guard let everybody know that we were there, and somehow people started showing up and opening up their stores for us. There was only 7 of us all together, but they opened their stores. And they have really nice artisan pieces. They have nice local artwork. Of course, they've got Cuba written on them, and magnets and little trinkets that you can take home. And the prices were reasonable. You could certainly haggle with them a little bit if you'd like, but the prices were reasonable. But ultimately, you really don't want to haggle too much. I find that we really wanted to help them out as much as possible, and so we didn't haggle hardly at all. We just gave them whatever they were asking, because we wanted to be really a blessing to them. So ultimately, there were quite a few stores. There was a little restaurant there, or a little bar that you could maybe grab a drink at, and one of the stores there was also like a liquor store. And if you wanted to stock up on some items, thankfully that store was open, and we were able to grab ourselves a bottle of rum there, and I believe it was about $11 US. which for us, it's still a pretty good price actually. We still were able to make off pretty well with that. But you know what the interesting thing was, is as soon as we purchased that bottle, the store closed. They left. We don't even know where they went. Some of our friends were like, hey, where did you get that? We said, right around the corner. We went around the corner, they were gone. So I don't know if we made their day by buying that item, but they certainly had disappeared relatively quickly. And so the stores, they weren't open. The shops, nobody was there. So it might be touch and go or hit and miss. There's also a nightclub at the marina. Now the nightclub was an interesting experience for many reasons, but ultimately it opens at 11:30 at night. And if you go exactly at 11:30 at night, the music will be blaring and it will be crickets. You'll be the only one there. And you have to wait probably 30 or 40 minutes before anybody actually shows up. And so it really doesn't get moving until about 12:15, probably on any given night. And it does close down at 2:30 or 3:30. I forget exactly, but it does close late night. The drinks inside are approximately $3 US, and they do accept Canadian credit cards. So you can certainly, but you're going to need to use your PIN number. If you're like me and you don't remember your PIN number, you might be in for a hard time. But I got lucky. It came back to me just at the last second. So the price is there, $3 for a drink, and they had Red Bull and they had other beverages as well. So that was a good experience for the marina. Now, of course, that's the nighttime experience. And then there's always trolleys taking you back and forth to your resort. Of course, be sure to tip your driver and make sure you let them know how much you appreciate them being there or waiting for you. We certainly did when we drove back and forth to the resort and back to the marina whenever we needed to go. And so just kind of a synopsis, shopping at the marina, it's touch and go. You probably won't find any major items there, but if you do need some extra beers or some alcoholic beverages, if the store is open, you're going to be in luck. If the store is not open, you're good. You're going to be out of luck. Definitely a little bit touch and go there for the marina experience. Hey guys, just want to remind you, if you made it this far in the video, we're a brand new channel, and we really appreciate a like and a subscription to the channel, and maybe ask some questions maybe that we've missed or some things that you'd like to hear down below. So when it comes to the VIP lounge, is it worth it? Well, the first thing you got to do, of course, we're going to walk you through it, but the first thing you want to do if you're taking access or you're taking the VIP lounge access, you're going to have to do it before you leave. You go to your booking agency and purchase the VIP lounge access. We're going to tell you whether or not we think it's worth it right now. So when it comes down to getting dropped off at the airport on the departure side of things, you're getting ready to leave, you get off of the bus, the first thing you're going to notice is you're right at the front doors. Seems to be the same doors you came out of when you got there, but now you're going to the departure side. And when you're going to depart, if you have access to the VIP lounge, it also means you have access to priority check-in. Check-in. You know what I mean. You can check in your bags in priority sequence. Now, there's one line for express check-in or priority check-in, and there's about 5 or 6 other lines for the regular check-in. And those lines fill up really quick. Why? Because all of the buses arrive at the same time. And so the VIP Express Priority Check-In is a nice feature. The lineup was for us from the counter all the way to the front door. It took us about 25 minutes to check in our luggage. Once you've got yourself checked into your, not yourself, but your luggage checked in, you can go through the priority security line. In our case, there was no priority security line. As it turns out, they didn't have enough staff that day, so we had to stand in the regular line. So we had to wait just like everybody else as far as getting checked in through security, but the baggage drop-off was a relatively quick process. Once you've got yourself through security and you've got your bags and all your carry-ons passed through security, you're downstairs, and in order to get yourself to the VIP lounge, you can do it 2 ways. You can go, because it is on the bottom level, and so what you can do is you can go directly through security Once you've passed through security, you go right directly to the VIP lounge, or you can actually go upstairs and go through the shops and the regular area of the airport. You can still access the shops through the VIP lounge. I'll talk about that in a second. Once you get to the door to the VIP lounge, they're going to check your name, check your passport, make sure you're on the list, and then they let you in. Once you're in there, you go ahead and find yourself a seat pretty quick because they do sell out. The VIP lounge does get absolutely full, and you might actually be sitting with someone you don't know, and that's okay because you're all heading the same direction. But ultimately, that's why you have to book and pay for your VIP lounge access way before you leave, because it does sell out. You can't buy it at the last minute because it is already sold out in full. So when you get in there, find yourself a seat right away. If you need to charge your phone, I didn't see any wall chargers or anything like that, but thankfully I had access to my battery pack, which I'll put the link in the description below. It'll charge 2 phones all day and all night. Like, it just holds so much power that you're able to just recharge your phone. You won't have any power issues with this additional battery pack. And so once you're there, sit down, find your seat, make your way back to the front counter. For us, we were there early in the morning, I'd say about 10 o'clock. And even though it was only 10 o'clock, I was hungry. We had been waiting at the hotel lobby since 5 o'clock that morning. And so we didn't have breakfast, and we really wanted to chew on something. So we went ahead and ordered some food. What kind of food? Well, the kinds of foods that they do have available include hamburgers, hot dogs, and they also have like a ham and cheese sandwich, you know, Cuban style. And it was very, very good. I'd say probably a 6.5 out of 10 compared to the resort, which was probably an 8 out of 10 for us. And still very good, especially when you're hungry like I was. So I ordered a hamburger. There was no cheese, but I ordered a hamburger, and right there at the counter you can put your ketchup and your mayonnaise on there, and I just ate that right up so quick. And then of course the ham and cheese sandwich as well. Also at the counter you can order, it's not self-serve, you order it and they bring it to you. You can also order any beverages. I had a cup of coffee, and I'll tell you what, I was really surprised to see that this cup of coffee was absolutely terrible. As a matter of fact, I didn't finish it. It is the only cup of coffee in all of Cuba that I did not finish, because I'm a coffee lover. I love coffee. I drink it all the time. I have one going right now. But that was terrible coffee, and I wasn't able to finish it, so I went ahead and reverted back to a beverage of my choice. So I think it was a whiskey Coke or something like that. Yes, at 10 o'clock in the morning. I know, but I was on the way home. Don't judge me. All of my friends, they were able to get themselves some champagne. They were able to get orange juice, and so yeah, they were able to mix it all up. And if you wanted other things like sodas, they had those there as well. They also have juices and a variety of juices, apple, orange, things like that. And so all of it is included, and it's air conditioned. And so it's very comfortable. It's a little cramped because there's a lot of people in there. But you know what? You also have access to Wi-Fi. Now, in order to get access to Wi-Fi, all you have to do is give them your passport number and your name. They'll cross you off the list and give you free internet access. So with free internet access, you can do, it'll certainly pass the time. And for us, we had a little bit of time, so I decided to sneak out the back, see what the duty-free shops look like. And I saw that there was a cigar duty-free shop, and there was also a regular duty-free shop. Inside the regular duty-free shop, there was alcoholic beverages, there was beers. The beers were more expensive than you would have paid, for example, at the Marina, which we talked about. Now, keep in mind that these are duty-free shops. Liquor was about the same price as the Marina, and these are duty-free shops, and you are limited as to the amount of liquor you can take back to Canada or wherever your ultimate destination may be. So double check with your regulations to make sure that you're not buying too much. But it was about $12 for a bottle, for example, a large bottle. So the prices were very, very similar to the Marina, just a little bit more expensive. So the duty-free, it was there. It was easily accessible. The drinks and the food at the VIP lounge was accessible. The air conditioning was comfortable. And by the way, there was no air conditioning in the general waiting area at the airport, and you could tell it was quite humid. And so that was really nice. Ultimately, I guess the question becomes then, is it worth it? I think it is. I think it is worth it because it gives you the freedom and flexibility to still see the regular airport area, still shop in the duty-free area. gives you access to some food and some things that you might want while you're waiting, relaxation with the air conditioning. I would say, yeah, make sure you book it ahead of time so that you don't miss out on it, or try to book it out later and then you find out that you can't actually come. But be aware that it does get full at times, and you might be sharing a seat with someone because they're like love seats, 2-3 seats, couches, and you might be sharing a seat with someone maybe you don't know. But ultimately, it's comfortable. The food is mediocre, probably 3-star, but still good. And ultimately, I give it a thumbs up. It's a go. You can enjoy that part of your travel, and make sure that you book it ahead of time. When it comes right down to it, I give a thumbs up to the VIP lounge at the Cayo Coco Airport, and I give a thumbs sideways. I don't really like giving a thumbs down because I'm not really a negative person, but I'll give a thumbs sideways to be aware that there might not be anybody there. Hey, that rhymed. Be aware that there might not be anybody there for the Cayo Cruz Marina. In our next video, we're going to go through all of the resorts at the Cayo Cruz area and find out which one has the best review and which one takes the top award for the Cayo Cruz resort area, which one wins. So we're going to go through TripAdvisor reviews, pick out the best ones, pick out some scary ones, and help you make your decision on whether or not you should head to Cayo Cruz on your next trip. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Really appreciate you, and we'll see you on the next one. Hey, just relax and enjoy all your travels.